Welcome back to Shrouding the Light for the Freespace Port.
Command, a Vasudan cruiser has jumped off our starboard flank.
What are you doing here, Terran?
Stand easy, Theta. No HOL. It's a PVN ship. You know what? I'm almost disappointed.
Again, what are you doing here, Terran?
What does it look like? I'm cleaning up a mess you Zods made of the system. Jesus Christ, I knew you were incompetent, but I didn't know you were stupid as well.
Can we not?
You have had as much success as we, Terran, and at least our flagship is intact. The same cannot be said for your ironclad.
Yeah, that was our biggest mistake. Thinking a bunch of sand eaters like you could guard our backs. Well, we won't let that happen again, that's for sure.
The error was yours for interfering in Vasudan matters. Any mishap you suffered for outstaying your welcome you brought upon yourself. We had nothing to do with your conceited interference and subsequent fall.
No, you don't like anything at all, do you? Can't fight, won't fight. Didn't put up a decent fight against us in the Great War. Couldn't stop achieving fixing the Lucifer Prime. Just what is it your Navy gets paid for, anyway?
How unprofessional.
Thinking that perhaps our ceasefire pact was ill-advised. Alliances based on pity never work out in the end.
Yeah, well, I've always said you can take your treaty and shove it up your ass. Wait, hammer of light, jumping it ahead.
I'll leave you to your patrol, Terran.
What? Damn it, bastard!
Well,
Pilots of the Parliamentary Vasudan Navy, I have great news. After an incident between GTA and PVN forces in the outer reaches of Deneb yesterday, communications between the 13th Battlegroup of Deneb and the 9th Fleet of Sirius have officially broken down. Commodore Cooper has demanded that the Terran encampment around Cygnus Secundus become off-limits to all Vasudan craft, amongst other things, and refuses to answer any attempts at communication. My officers have advised me to accept his demands and furthermore to respond in kind, namely, that Terran ships are forbidden from entering the region around Cygnus Prime, where the Guardian is currently positioned. Perhaps this way the reopening of hostilities between Terrans and Vasudans can be avoided. Central Military Directorate Headquarters has been informed of these developments. What we thought was a mere underground movement of terrorists and guerrillas has turned out to be a fully blown rebel uprising with a fleet on par with our own. The hammer of light is spreading like a virus across Deneb, recruiting more and more disaffected followers to its banner as each day passes. All PVN forces have been withdrawn to this central position around the system's capital planet. Outlying outposts have been abandoned. Even our secondary bases lie dormant. The fleet around Cygnus Prime is all we have, and our losses are not replaced like those of the Hammer of Lights. If we continue to lose ships and the Hammer of Light continues to gain them at the current rate, they will outnumber us by 2 ships for every one of ours in less than a fortnight. We have sent appeals for reinforcements to the other Vasudan battle groups, but to no avail. The Great War took a great toll on our navy, and our friends' ships cannot be spared to aid us. We must fight alone, and we must win alone. We must not fall here, pilots. Not here, not now. Salvation.
alright, let's go to our mission. The Light Revealed.
As part of our withdrawal to Cygnus Prime, it is important that we buy as much time for ourselves as possible. The Directorate has identified a suitable location for our guard action by a cruiser with escort, and I have decided to send your wing in. The location is close to the contested planet of Cygnus Tierce, though, I hasten to add, we are not attempting to secure that planet yet. Ground forces will hold off HOL militia for as long as they are able, but our concern is stemming the flow of our enemies. not keeping territory under our control. The Hammer of Light Militia are setting up a major cargo depot near to Cygnus Tierce that will enable greater movement of ships from the Demeter belt to the planet. By eliminating this supply base, we can perhaps slow the tide of the HOL advance.
How is this going to work any better than the last several
The
times?
base will consist mostly of cargo containers, transports, freighters, and HOL cruisers. Fighter presence should be minimal. Hence, the attack force will be made up of Alpha Wing and Ammune bombers and Beta sets, with the Makara providing fire support. Your primary objective will be the destruction of our hostile warships. Of secondary concern are the freighters and cargo. The guns of enemy cruisers pose a far greater threat to us than their supplies do. I shall not deceive you, pilots. We are fighting a defensive war here. Our goals are no longer the suppression and destruction of renegade elements. Now they're to make our enemies bleed for every inch of ground they take. We shall not give up Deneb without a fight. Not you, not I, not the entire 13th battle group. Go out and prove it to them, pilot.
Alright. Primary objective is destroy warships. Secondarily, destroy the cargo depot and destroy the supply ships. We have Ammon bombers. We could swap to Osiris bombers. We can put Beta on Osiris bombers if we want, but I'd rather have my fighter escort. Alright, seems good. Let's hit it.
3 cruisers and 2 fighter wings detected. Alpha, engage the Paladin while we drive alongside an attack. Beta, provide cover from Leo and Scorpio wings.
We'll accompany the Makara in.
Now this is what we should have done long ago. I must say that I find the concept of taking joy in the face of certain defeat to be mystifying at best, not foolhardy and insensitive. I am well aware of the dark straits that we are currently inhabiting. I am also well aware of the policy that led us to this situation in the first place.
Secondary objective failed. I think those transports jumped. Alright. Let's start killing cargo containers.
You're not Hammer of Light? Oh, thank God! You've got to help us out here!
Report, Terra. What is the cause of your distress?
We were staffed on a civilian base on Cygnus Tierce when the Hammer of Light arrived and started shooting everyone in sight. We just about managed to get out alive, but we're sure they're on our tail.
Cygnus Tierce has fallen.
Yeah, listen. You've got to help us. They could arrive any minute now.
You have trespassed on the site of an operation by the Parliamentary Vasudan Navy Military Directorate. As Director for the 13th Battlegroup, I demand that you leave the area immediately. Director. The Director has had enough of your constant interference and disruption of Vasudan affairs. A zero-tolerance policy regarding Terra Vasudan contact has been set in Deneb. By remaining present here, you are violating the directive and will be punished.
But listen to me, the Hammer of Light are coming for us. You've got to help us, please. We can't stand up to them alone. Help us!
Director, while the Terrans have not endeared themselves to me with their recent actions, nevertheless I cannot honorably sit back and watch these Terrans go to their deaths. They are defenseless, Director. They will not last long without us. If you will not obey your director, then you will obey me, Makara. Stand down. Leave the Terrans to their fate.
Shouldn't we kill the Hammer of Light, though?
They're here! Oh God, no, please!
Our subspace drive in pursuit of the Hammer of Light cruiser. Salvation. Belay that, Makara. You will follow orders and remain at your position. Makara. Officer, the Makara has been targeted, and they shall regret the decision in time. Remain here and prepare to repel any additional Hammer of Light forces, which should have arrived by now.
They did, and left. Why is the destroyer pilgrim fail? It's right there.
Very well. All ships, pull out. Cygnus Tierce is no longer contested. It is now fully fledged Hammer of Light territory.
Oh boy, let's get out of here before those fighters get to me. Yikes.
Things go from bad to worse, Pilot. It really does appear that we have underestimated the strength and determination of the Hammer of Light guerrillas, as evidenced by the fall of Cygnus Tierce. Furthermore, while the treachery of our so-called allies, the Terrans, is to be expected, I am dismayed at the Makara's disobedience of a direct order. Sadly, it is not alone in its insubordination. A number of fighter wings have disappeared and are presumed to have deserted in the last 6 hours alone. We have lost contact with the Makara, and it is likely that it has been either destroyed or crippled by the Hammer of Light. Nevertheless, we need all the ships we can get, and so your wing will be deployed to locate and rescue the cruiser. However, your efforts today have not gone unnoticed. The destruction of those Hammer of Light warships will hopefully slow down the guerrilla advance. It is unfortunate that you were unable to destroy their other assets, but perhaps the loss of their cruisers will be enough. You will be called upon again very soon, so remain prepared for further combat. Until then, sit back and hope that the Makara will still be there when we find her.
Well, I'm not going to go back. The Makara was not severely damaged, so 8 total kills, 3 assists, 1 Seth, 3 assorted containers, 1 status cruiser, and 3 Otten cruisers. Bringing our all-time total for the campaign to 138 with 25 assists. So this was the Light Revealed, the 10th mission of the Shrouding the Light campaign for the Freespace Port here on Paladin Gaming. This is Paladin Gaming signing off.